Colt M1911. Magazine, 7 rounds. Caliber, 45 ACP. Range, 50 yards. The 1911 45 Colt was a major upgrade from the earlier 38 Colt and the Peacemaker because it dropped the whole revolver idea. It introduced a magazine with bullets in the grip and used the recoil of each shot to eject the shell and reload the next round. This semi-automatic became an instant legend. It was designed by John M. Browning and became the standard issue sidearm for the United States Armed Forces from 1911 clear up to 1985, and is still carried by some U.S. forces today. And look how straight it goes through the ballistics gel.
That was Arlie Ermy with a brief overview of the Colt 1911. Okay, now for the history of the Colt 1911. It began in the early 1900s when famous firearm designer John M. Browning began to develop semi-automatic pistols for Colt's Patent Firearms Manufacturing Company. In 1911, after extensive testing of the Colt Model 1905, the new pistol and its cartridge were adopted for military U.S. military service as the M1911. Prior to and during World War I, more than 1 million of these guns were manufactured by Colt, Springfield Armory, Remington, UMC, Burroughs, Savage, and others. The rights to manufacture Colt Browning design were also sold to some foreign countries such as Norway and Argentina. In 1926, the original design was improved upon. The improved design was adopted by the U.S. military as the M1911A1 pistol. Almost 2.7 million M1911s and M1911A1s were produced for military use during World War I, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. The M1911 continued to serve with distinction until 1985, when it was officially replaced with the Beretta M9 pistol. However, the M1911 is still popular among some U.S. Special Operation Unit due to accuracy and the fact that the 45 ACP full metal jacket is more effective than the 9mm NATO FMG. Recently, the Marine Corps awarded a contract to Colt for $22.5 million for 4,000 modern 1911s. Commercial versions of the M1911 are known as government models. Colt also developed compact versions of its full-size commercial guns. They so-called commander versions have shortened barrels and slides with a standard size frame and grip and standard magazine. There are numerous M1911 clones manufactured by companies worldwide, including Ruger, Smith & Wesson, Remington, Springfield Armory, Les Baer, Kimber, Wilson, STI, Para Ordnance, and Taurus. Many 1911 pattern pistols are custom built for service duty, sport shooting, and self-defense. The 1911 is one of the most popular handguns in the world and one of the most influential semi-automatic handguns ever produced. The original design is over 100 years old and is to this day one of the best-selling handguns ever made. It has been used by the U.S. military in every major conflict in the last 100 years and also served to protect the people worldwide. The action of Browning's M1911 design is recoil operation. As combustion gas drives the bullet down the barrel, they also exert a reverse motion on the slide and barrel, pushing them backwards. This motion ultimately leads to an extractor expelling the spent casing before a spring reverses the direction and loads a new round from the magazine. This design at the time was revolutionary and has since affected almost every design of semi-automatic handgun in the world.